currently GM and as executive of PayPal. Great to have you here, Bertrand.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us about your background and how did you get involved with crypto blockchain industry?
Yeah, so I'm a software engineer by training. So I graduated 32 years ago from a French engineering school, and I've been doing all my career in startups and corporates, but always in the telecom and payment space. And most recently, when I was in PayPal in 2013, this is when I discovered Bitcoin, and I started to have a look from the technology perspective at blockchain, and this is when I really discovered the power of blockchain and wanted to know more about it and started learning and seeing how this was working, and I started to see the potential of that technology, and basically this is when I decided that for my next professional journeys I would want to be involved into a blockchain related projects. So
And did you invest back then in 2013 into Bitcoin?
yes, I did.
Yes. Did you sell or did you?
Like most of the people, I could not refrain myself from selling. So unfortunately, I didn't kept as much as I should have at that moment. Yes.
And can you tell us well more about your engagement with Web3 Foundation? You fund the research and development of projects which are building decentralized web, specifically on Polkadot and Kusama. So can you tell more about your activities?
Yeah, so the foundation is basically in charge of three main areas. So as you said, we are involved in the Polkadot Polkadot blockchain. So we are running research. So we have a very strong team of researchers who are doing hardcore research that is really needed if you want to be able to build blockchains that are robust, secure, performant, scalable, and that can last over time. So they are very strong in cryptography, quantum computing, networking protocols, so all the hard science that is needed to back the development of strong blockchain and as Polkadot. The second part is we are running grants programs, so we are using part of our financial assets to help teams who are willing to come to the space, are willing to develop applications on top of Polkadot, and they have some financial needs because they cannot afford recruiting one engineer, two engineers for 6 months to build some code. So they come to us, they present us their project, we do some diligence about them, and then potentially we grant them some money so that they can create a proof of concept or a V0.1 of their application. And then, if the application is successful, then they can go and look for more traditional ways of financing. We are not a VC, so we are not doing that kind of investment, but it's really bootstrapping those projects. And the third part is what we call technical education. We have different kind of programs to help people jump into the Polkadot ecosystem, providing through all kind of channels, whether it's YouTube channels, MOOCs, any kind of support and channels for knowledge. We're building a strong knowledge base that ranges from basic blockchain knowledge up to very advanced cryptographical development on top of Polkadot and so on. So anyone who jumps into the space, depending on the level of understanding and knowledge they have, they can go directly and pick the proper content and the proper knowledge that they need so that they are able to quickly be efficient in the space. So those are basically the responsibilities and what we are doing on a daily basis at the foundation. And I would basically summarize that by saying that we do anything we can on our side for the ecosystem to grow, whether it's in number of developers, number of projects, so that Polkadot becomes a reference in terms of blockchain platform.
And what are the criteria of the selection of the projects you give grants to?
So, for example, for giving grants, so we do all the traditional due diligence, making sure that the teams are legit and that we are not doing any kind of bad financing. So that's, I would say, the legal kind of due diligence. And then when it comes to the project that they are bringing, we want to make sure that the project that they're bringing is really innovative. So if we already have like 10 similar projects running on the chain, then it doesn't make sense to have an 11th one, right? So the diversity in the typology of projects also the strength of the team. So we want to make sure that the team is solid enough so that if they say that they are going to develop the project in 6 months, it really takes 6 months because they have the capabilities from that perspective, and then also making sure that they have done enough on their side, so they cannot come just with a bunch of slides, but rather that they already have some stuff that they can share with us, and then based on that, we're able to define technical milestones with them, so that regularly when they push their code, which has to be open source, that's one of the conditions also, we can review the code. So our teams of engineers are reviewing the code to make sure that what they deliver is really what was planned for that milestone, so we can unlock the payments of the associated amounts of money.
Yeah, that's important. And as well, like within the last weeks, we saw as well the US crackdown on many banks, both traditional, like Silicon Valley Bank, as well banks which crypto companies were customers of those banks. And as well, like last year, we saw so many bankruptcies of the crypto companies. So what are your thoughts on the needless of crypto regulation, and what should be the right approach to the crypto regulation?
Yeah, as you said, I mean the industry, not only what is happening on the banks that were serving major crypto companies, but before that, all the issues that happened during last year, whether it's FTX and 3AC and all the different issues that the industry went through. So I would say that regulation is never able to be as fast as innovation.
Yeah.
Regardless of the kind of innovation, it has always been the same.